Hello again everybody, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to bring you the Fine Molds 1/72 scale version of the Y-Wing Fighter. Now this kit's obviously been around for some time. You see it online, especially on eBay stores, for quite a fair bit of money. Certainly a lot more than what it came out for. Is it worth it? Well, considering the fact that we've got the new Bandai kits out, I will let you be the judge, but let's have a look and see what you get in this one. Right, so you get a little bit of box art there, which is not too bad. A few bits and pieces showing the details of the kit, so on and so forth, and a little rundown of the ship there. What do we get in the box? Right, let's have a look. Okie dokes. So first sheet we're looking at is a painting and marking sheet. So it gives you the options for a couple of different Y-Wings there, which is not too bad. It's actually a neat idea. And you can see there it's got the different decals and everything marked out for them, which is pretty cool. Nothing on the back side. Instruction sheet. Let's have a look here. So most of the instruction sheet has translations, which isn't too bad, and shows you how it all goes together. So we've got the cockpit there, the pilot, I'll call it the main fuselage, the rear, the engines, excuse me. It just continues on with the steps there. So it's probably a little bit simpler as far as part count goes to the Bandai one. And not too bad. It's got all the external piping and stuff you can put on. Alright, so you had a quick look at that. And then finishing up, whether you want to put it on a display base or with landing gear. So you've got a couple of options there to do. Another set of instructions here, it's exactly the same. Alright, decals. So included in the decal sheet is your clear parts, and there's a couple of I can't, the name escapes me, little black rubber tabs there that we use in assembly, but you've got your clear canopy part there, it's all one piece, and then you've got your different markings for the different ships. Now one thing which, correct me if I'm wrong, but one thing which I thought was quite nifty about the Fine Mold kits is they're really sort of one of the first producers of a main kit to give you the options for the weathering of the painting and everything, of the markings and everything like that, which I thought was pretty cool. I personally hadn't seen it until I saw my first Fine Molds kit, so that was yeah, pretty neat. It's all decals, there's no stickers like you get with the Bandai ones, it's all decal. Flight stand, it's a pretty basic flight stand, kind of chunky, if I was going to level a criticism at it. It's got the little Star Wars emblem on there, which isn't too bad. But yeah, not could be worse. I mean, it could be worse. The pilot figure, if you can have a good look at the pilot figure, we'll just try and get this zoomed in for you. Right, so the pilot figure isn't great, but he isn't horrible. There's a little bit of flash and things on there, a few mold seams, sorry, to tidy up, but they're not overly bad. The detail on him is okay, a bit of creative painting and he'll look quite good. All the parts come bagged, individually bagged. Now I actually took this out because I was experimenting with the idea of lighting it. Yeah, so there's a few parts of the sprues that are actually loose in there, but you get the idea still. So we've got the engines individually molded, what do you call them? Once again guys, sorry, my brain is fading. These sections here that go along the back of the engines there. Details okay, a bit of landing gear in there. Sink mark, that'll be a landing gear piece, I'm pretty certain. It's got a bit of a sink mark on it. Otherwise most of the parts seem relatively free of flash. A little bit of flash on these guys. Other than that, not too bad. Keep looking. Same deal on this section. So we've got the sink mark here as well. Alright, and those are the parts that I've taken off the other one just for bit of dry fitting and testing. Flash on these pits as well, not hard to clean up though. And the sink mark on this section, that'll be easy to fix. It's a nice flat piece. Look at the main section. Okay, so generally okay. Once again, can't see any sink marks in areas where they're going to cause problems, or pin marks, injector marks, whatever you want to call them. Can't see anything really it's going to give you any issues. One difference I'd say with these kits is they've got a nice big open fuselage and engines, so it's easier to put wiring into them if you want to do them. Less mucking around with drilling bits out and things like that. Not too bad. Excuse me. In the last section, we've got the cockpits, the rear of the fuselage, a few bits of piping, and the droid. So let's have a look. They're just looking really closely at these parts here. Make sure we've got everything there. Yeah, looks okay. A little sink mark on this bit here again, and I'm assuming once more that that's landing gear. But yeah, if the model's sitting down, as long as anyone's not picking it up, you're not going to notice it really. All right. Well, what do we reckon? My opinion would be, when this came out, it wasn't a bad kit. It was a pretty good kit. It would have been the best kit of the Y-Wing available, other than possible resin versions. And it's still not a bad kit. For the price that you see them for sale, they're not worth it, to be honest. Get yourself a Bandai one. It'll much nicer to construct. I reckon it'll be a bit more fun, and you're not going to have sink marks. Like, I couldn't find anything wrong with the Bandai one. If you want to check the review that I did on that. For the pros, I'd say the different options for the decals. That's a really nifty idea. Yeah, well worth it, and hopefully we'll see that some other sheets will come out for the Bandai kits, things like that, some aftermarket stuff, which we could do that same sort of thing with. That'd be great. Good idea. Overall detail is okay. It just doesn't seem as crisp as the Bandai kits, so it seems a bit, just to go back to this section here, so it seems a little bit lacking. Now if you want to bear with me, I'll just get my Bandai one out. Excuse me, and we'll put them side by side. I'll show you exactly what I'm referring to. So if we look at the sections on the Bandai one, so let's do a little bit of a comparison. Alright, so these sections here with the fuselage joins the engines. Alright, so you can see that there. It's not bad. Like, it's not horrible. It's quite good. You know? If you look at the Bandai ones on the right, they've just got more detail. Right, so overall they're fairly similar, but it's just nicer detail on them. And we'll compare the mid-section as well. So the detail on the Bandai one, there's a noticeable difference there. So if you're comparing sort of same for same, so like these little bits here to there, I mean, that's, the Bandai is a lot nicer. So certainly for price, and if you get it off Tokyo Model Detectives, you get a really good price. Certainly for price, I'd have to go with the Bandai. I really would. You know, I'm a little bit Bandai biased, I must admit, but I quite like the fine mold stuff. But because they're out of production now, the prices are just too much. And let's have a look at the underside here as well. So you can see the stands are pretty much in the same areas. The detail overall is quite good, but dimensionally the Bandai is different as well. And I just think this is a nicer kit, much more detail, nicer moulding, and well worth the money. And we'll just do one more comparison. Let's just check the cockpit sections. I'll have a look here so you can see what, if any, differences there are there. Sorry, bear with me. Alrighty. So let's look at the nose section, the top of the nose section where the canopy goes. Right, so you can see the moulding there is quite light. So the panel lines, they're quite good. I'd say they're probably just a tiny bit on the light side, but they're okay. And if you compare it directly to the Bandai one, moulding's just a bit more crisper. There's a bit more surface detail. Like the surface detail stands out a bit more. Just looks a bit nicer overall. And then we go to the underside. So let's have a look at the underside there as well. Now obviously there's a few bits and pieces to go on this still, and that's mostly one section, but it just looks, I don't know, it looks a little weak compared to this. I think just the detail on these is a bit crisper, a bit nicer. Yeah, so look, if you absolutely positively have to have every Y-wing that was made in your collection, then by all means, you know, grab this kit. It's not a bad kit. I don't think it's worth the money that you get them for these days. It was certainly not a bad buy when it was out. But I think value for money, you'd be better off with the Bandai, I'd have to say. So overall, good kit, not a great kit. I don't think you'll have issues with it, but my money would be on the Bandai. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and if you're considering purchasing either or, I hope it's helped you make up your mind. Don't forget, we've got a subscriber giveaway coming up. So we've got we're actually pretty close to our first giveaway, which is 500 subscribers. We're giving away some Star Wars kits, so check out that video. I'll put the link below. And then if you don't win in that one, you're going into the next one, which is for 1,000 subscribers, which is some more Star Wars kits giveaways. So fingers crossed, everybody. Hopefully someone out there listening to this will win. Thank you once more for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all the above, and stay tuned for more videos. Cheers.